We just arrived at Lexington for NAWCC National Convention. I'm super pumped. So most of your friends want to go to Switzerland to Watches and Wonders, but I, on the other hand, always wanted to do a pilgrimage to NAWCC because, like, why would you go to Watches and Wonders? All you see there is new watches, but at NAWCC is the biggest event in the United States about vintage watches.
Here,
No way. It's albino.
It's an albino explorer.
So I'm like super pumped. So this will be my first time. So let me tell you what's happening here at NAWCC. So kind of like the biggest thing is Mart. That's where you see all the watches, all the vendors. You can touch them, you can buy them, you can talk to people. This is great. So kind of like OMBAS, but not just that. So here at the NAWCC, they have lectures, and I'm going to show you some of those. They have workshops, they have exhibitions, and they even have auction. So I'm going to show you all of that. Okay, so this is the main thing. So this is where all the watches are, and that's where we see. Okay, so let's start looking. Can you show us a few interesting watches that?
Yeah. So there's a couple pieces in here that are interesting. I mean, for example, you have this Accutron Mickey Mouse. It's specific per this model. Here, check it out. So
I thought these are rare, right?
It's super rare. It's one of the rarer Accutrons that they did produce. It's 218 movement. It's asymmetrical case, and I've only seen that case on some specific models like the GMT.
Look at this case.
They made that case in a couple different variants. There's a cushion case, that asymmetrical case. Even in solid gold, they made these. What else is cool? So Accutron in the 70s was so, I guess, well perceived, and it had such a great standard of accuracy that Universal licensed their movements to them, and this is one of the variants of the Unisonic.
Look at that.
So it's basically a Swiss-made Accutron caliber that's a little bit dressed up. There's some Geneva striping going on the back. That's on the original bracelet. Really, really interesting 70s like cushion case.
Very nice.
Going with it.
Very nice.
So moving out of Accutron land, regardless, there's still a couple cool pieces. Here's a white label Hoyer that was produced and labeled as Aristo, the stopwatch company. So it's basically a Hoyer caliber 11. It's 100% basically a Hoyer Daytona. Hoyer signed crown. It's an unsigned Hoyer bracelet. So really interesting, crowns mounted on that side as well.
What's your experience servicing those caliber 11s? Do you know people who can handle?
Yeah, so the chronograph module is very finicky. It's interesting how they kind of structured it, stacked on top. The movement, the automatic works movement's mostly Buren. So, or it's based off of a Buren caliber. So it's really interesting, the chronograph module. A lot of the time on watchmakers, you'll see them just kind of try and clean the chronograph module. They won't fully disassemble it. But yeah, it's really kind of interesting how they stacked it all up. Bulova stuff too. I found these at the show. This is, I guess, the 70s Bulova trio.
Oh my God.
So you have basically a new old stock Jetstar, a Sea King.
Oh, so this is Jetstar.
That's an original Jetstar. It's practically brand new.
Nice. I didn't realize they were so big.
Yeah. Look at this case.
Nice.
That's got a lot going on with it. So it's basically Bulova from the 70s, like in 3 watches, and all super clean condition.
Very cool. Cool.
So yeah.
Thank you, Peter.
Hey, you got it.
Thank you so much. What did you buy? But these enameled bezel Elgins are so cool.
And I'm buying another one actually. I'm buying another one for the same price, 1,800 over there, a white one with the square.
And these are solid gold, right?
Yeah, they're solid gold.
So solid gold enameled bezel, so cool. I mean, so this is Elgin. Yeah. It looks like Piping Rock.
Yeah. They're wearing the Piping Rock.
Yeah, very cool. Can you show us also your
Here.
Allison? Be careful, please. Very cool. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Hamilton
Okay.
Allison White is only about 3 known to exist. It's very, they made a couple, decent amount in yellow, but almost none in white gold.
So guys, this is solid gold, solid white gold. This
And a
is
nice
so
Hamilton
cool.
band on it too.
Yeah, and look at that curve.
Fits the wrist perfectly.
So cool, man. So cool. So hold on, we are making deals here.
Yeah, I was gonna keep it, but
It's like
if you
live negotiations, like on TikTok.
2200. I just bought it, so.
Not that price I'm not probably interested, but I appreciate it.
It didn't
No
work.
worries.
Unfortunately, it didn't work.
It's okay. I'm happy to keep it.
But it made a good video. Hey guys, so we have Executive Director of NAWCC with us. Thank you, Rory. Thank you for opportunity to talk to you. Can you tell us a little bit what is this? What is this event?
This is our annual national convention. So every year we meet in a different location. We have around about 1,200 of our members come together, and we're in the Mart Room, so this is the buy and selling attraction. Last night we had an auction, live auction, and we have lectures and workshops, so you can come and learn stuff. And these have been going for years. The NAWCC has been around since the 1940s. And yeah, it's a great association. And one of the lovely things about these events is the friendship. It's coming together of old friends, and we've got this common interest, this crazy hobby, and
what's interesting, so the whole event and the whole organization is about vintage watches, and clocks and pocket watches. So my channel is about vintage watches, and I have like several thousands of subscribers, but unfortunately, I would say maybe like few % of them even know about this event and this organization. So
well, next year we're going to be meeting in York, in Pennsylvania, and it's
York, not New York.
Not New York.
Not New York, unfortunately.
And so if you're into vintage wristwatches, vintage clocks, watches, or you like tools, get yourself signed up.
And you guys also have a big museum there.
We do. Our museum is the largest watch and clock museum in North America. It is about 24,000 square feet, a lot of stuff to see, so make sure you spend at least 2 hours. But yeah, the museum's great. Next year the museum turns 50 years old.
Oh, nice.
So we're going to have a big party next year.
Very nice. So if one of my subscribers, hopefully many, want to come to a convention next year, how do they do it? Do they have to become a member, or like?
There is an option. Next year, anybody who is a non-NAWCC member is able to attend from day one.
Nice.
So if you go to our website, that's natcon.nawcc.org. I'll give you that.
And it's right here.
Yep. Sounds good. Like that. So yeah, you go there, you can sign up. The site will be going live probably in a couple of weeks' time. So
Very nice. Okay, thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure to meet you and to talk to you.
Likewise. No, thanks for having us and being here at the show.
Got a couple of watches today. I just picked up this beautiful Seiko 6309 turtle with heavy patina.
Look at that bezel. Oh
yeah,
my
really
God.
interesting looking bezel. 1977, first year of production. And then I got a really swanky looking 1970s Longines white gold filled. With the diamond up at 12.
With a diamond,
really good look. Yeah, and you can come over and look at the case here if you'd like to see some other watches that I've got.
Sure. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, let's. Look at this.
Yeah, there's a little bit of everything over here.
You have a bomb timer. Look
bomb
at
timer,
yeah,
absolutely.
I just got bomb timer like maybe 6 months ago.
Did you get it?
Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So. What else can we? What would you pick?
Oh, maybe you want to look at this watch. This is all Quartz Crisis, right?
Oh yeah, that's a classic Quartz Crisis watch.
So that was the first Swiss quartz watch, Beta 21 movement from 1970. This is the Omega Electro Quartz version.
Very cool.
So this was one of the watches that started the quartz crisis, right?
Yep. And that's a heavy watch. Nice.
It's a heavy watch. It's a big
Nice.
one.
Very
And that's a
cool.
rare movement, Beta 21. People like that.
Yeah. What
And
what
then-
what are you wearing?
I'm wearing a Hamilton Electric. This is the Vantage.
Look at this.
So this is the first electric watch made by Hamilton. It's a balance wheel electric. It's from
I
the
love
1950s, and you know, it has a sort of a cool mid-century look. And
Very cool.
I have another one that I picked up too.
Okay. Oh, you have it in your pocket.
in my pocket.
Because why not?
It's got the original sleeve that came from Hamilton here,
Nice.
and that's the Titan
oh,
with a nice
that's a
black dial.
Titan. Nice. Yeah, I had Van Horn, so this is
The Van Horn
another.
is solid gold,
Yeah, this
Titan is
another
gold
version.
filled,
Is nice.
but they're essentially the same watch.
Yeah,
It's a
very
nice
cool.
screwback watch, and you know, gold filled with a nice black dial.
Very nice.
It's got the pouch.
Very cool.
Want to see another mid-century
I-
masterpiece here?
I do. Uh-huh.
I just picked up was the. Have a look at this one. So this is a Lord Elgin Shockmaster, but take a look at that dial. It's got this very cool sunburst-looking dial, real 1950s, mid-century modern.
Very cool.
And I
So
have
it's
a
almost space age dial,
Space
but
age
not a
watches.
space age.
just a
case
regular
yet.
manual one.
Uh-huh.
So here's an interesting watch. This is a watch I brought with me. So this is a
What is that?
Vulcane coin watch, gold filled. You know, looks interesting, but then you look at the back, and it was given by Tom Jones, the singer, for his 1970 American tour. So famous person watch here.
Very cool.
So you too could have a Tom Jones watch.
Very
And then this is a
nice.
beautiful watch I picked up yesterday. Look at this. So this is a LaCultre, a 14K rose gold watch. Beautiful kind of tank watch from the 1940s.
Very nice.
And it has a really nice little inscription here from 1942. So I love watches with cool inscriptions.
Mhm. So cool.
So I bet you were wondering, where do the astronauts go if they want to get a loan? Look at this one. It's the NASA Federal Credit Union here. So this is probably the most reasonable watch with some space history in this whole place here.
Nice.
You could have a piece of NASA history for $300.
Very cool. That's a cool watch. Was that Dirty Dozen?
Yes, I collect them.
Oh, nice.
This is the
Get-
Lombardia version.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
it's 81 years old.
Nice.
And still working perfectly. But I have some other ones there as well. And I've sold a few.
Very cool. So we are at live auction preview. So here you can see all the lots that are available for people to bid. So it appears that, yeah, it seems like all the lots, as far as I can see, are actually clocks. So they're pretty nice clocks. So if you're into things like that, you can bid on these. These are great items. But it appears that there is no wristwatches here. Look at this. This is so cool. But yeah, we are more into wristwatches. Okay, and there is the second auction happening at the Mart right here, and I would say that auction is much more lively and much more dynamic. So basically, every member can come here, pick a table, like this table is empty, like put his stuff, and these auctions run every hour, and they can put some like minimum bid, and during that hour other members put their name here and they bid obviously more than this number, and that's how the auction is happening. And at the end of the hour, whoever has the maximum bid wins that lot. And yeah, let's look at some items that we have at this hour. So we have clocks, we have some very cool books. We have somebody auctions his phone. I don't think. Look at this. This is nice. There are more books. There are some like parts. Very cool. And yeah, and this is running every hour. Hi guys. So another very interesting piece of content. Franklin, can you share what you just told me?
Yeah, I have a Zoom meeting every Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning Eastern time, and we record it. It's called Wednesday Coffee and Horology. The recordings then are available at the National Association of Watch Clock Collectors Forum. You can go on there. It's also on YouTube. It's also on Facebook. But it's 30 minutes long. And once in a month, 1 week we talk about watches. 1 week we talk about clocks. 1 week we talk about what are you doing on your workbench. So we get craftsmen that are repairing watches and clocks. And then the last week we do an open forum. So if you have questions, you can come on. The invitation for those Zoom meetings goes out to over 100 people from East Coast to West Coast. We even have a gentleman from Melbourne, Australia, who taps in sometimes. And it's so that week where it's open forum, if you have a question, it's like, I have a clock that I can't quite regulate and all. There is a group of people that are on that can help mentor and help support you and give you answers to your questions.
Very cool. Thank you so much. So guys, let's bring it from 100 to 200 members. I want to show my subscribers.
There's only 30 of these made.
Oh my God, so you are Daryl Hansen.
You're right.
So you were in Carl's... nice to meet you, Daryl.
Yes, that's
me. Very nice.
Yes.
Yeah. So I read your book, the first one.
Okay.
So the first one, so Horological Society has it.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. So
see this?
So this is a second.
And it has 30 of. There are only 30 of these were made. Of the 114. One of them is in the Explorer 7 satellite. It's been circling the Earth since 1959.
So is that's
Yes, that's that watch.
Oh, so that's that.
Yeah, and it's traveled around the world every 90 minutes. It has gone around the Earth 365,000 times, traveled over 9 billion miles, and it's that movement that's in that satellite, Explorer 7.
Very cool.
And there's only 30 of these made.
There's only 30 of these made.
Yeah. And then the 114Ps is a little, there's more, though it's 100. But these are very, very rare. The back, you should look at the back, show them the back, because the back is different. They need to get close up of that.
Do the close up.
It's just an amazing, you just won't see those any other place.
Very cool.
Hey.
So thank you for helping us collectors with all these wonderful books. It's great to meet you. So if somebody would want to buy your new book, where is it available on Amazon or
eBay?
eBay? Okay. We'll show it to you on YouTube if you don't mind.
This is unbelievable. This is Gus Grissom Accutron.
No way.
That's what it says. And we're trying to figure it out. It's not the one. No, I got the one he wore.
You had the
in
one
this
he
book.
wore.
I got it in the book. Let's see. I forgot about all 93. I don't have all these page numbers.
So you got it at auctions?
Yes.
You got it at auctions?
Like a month ago.
Like a month?
Well, I have a variety of watches, and I inherited these Swatch watches from my sister that 2 years ago. So the Swatch watches, these watches are hers, and these watches were hers. So I'm trying to recycle them, get other people,
get them,
and
more people can enjoy
some of these
them,
others are mine. But
very nice, very nice. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
This is a nice collection.
That's a nice collection, yeah.
I think I used to have that.
You had the jellyfish, but yeah, you had almost like this one, yeah. And the convention doesn't end here. This is a workshop from the event about watch timing equipment. And this is a lecture at the event with Bulova historian